she say? What you say? Oh, that you only meant well.
Broadcasting live from the Complete College Prospect Studio in Sin City. Heard around the world, discussing everything that is high school sports, is the Who's Up Next podcast.
Hey, welcome to the show. It's your boy, JR, a.k.a. the Big Fella. Happy to have everybody with us today. We got some great athletes to showcase on the highlight series. A couple conversations that just have to be talked about because, you know, that's what we do here. There's some major news with the NCAA. We're going to get into, and then we got some serious conversations about some things that we definitely want to speak about. That I just think that it's a good time to have that conversation with these athletes and parents and whoever else is out there watching the show. That I just think we don't discuss enough. But you know how we do it. Every time we get into this show, I need everybody to know it's all about the truth.
You snotty little bastard. I'll answer the question. You want answers?
I think I'm entitled.
You want answers?
I want the truth!
You can't handle the truth! Son, we live in a world that has walls, and those walls have to be guarded. Who's gonna do it? You? I have a greater responsibility than you can possibly fathom.
Hey, you know what I always say here on the show? That's my responsibility, is to make sure that I'm opening doors for young athletes to hopefully come on board and become part of the fraternity of collegiate athletes. And hopefully one day welcome him into the ranks of the fraternity of professional athletes. So it's important that I'm always making sure that you get the best information you can and that there's no bias to it, that you're getting the unvarnished truth, whether you want to hear it, but because you need to hear it. We got video all the way from Australia today. We're going to be trying some new things, right? So over the next couple of weeks, I'm going to work with some lighting, a couple things I want to do with the show. I'm thinking about bringing back the little food segment when it comes to things that athletes can try that are quick meals and things like that. But I want to completely revamp that thing and make it the Big Fellas, since, you know, for you guys that have been with me for a year and a half, you know, used to have a partner, used to have producer, all this other stuff. Definitely refined the show. I've gotten a lot of feedback about how great the new format is, so I'm not changing nothing. Definitely going to bring in interviews. I keep saying it, but it's coming. Multiple people have reached out about getting on the show. We're going to have some in studio and some online. But yeah, we're going to give it a couple different looks, see what sticks. You know, I just always want to make sure that I'm giving you the best show that I can, giving you the most information that I can, and doing the thing that I love. You know, putting on these shows it's a lot of work. A lot of people don't get a chance to see behind the scenes, but maybe I'll grab a side camera and, you know, get y'all behind the scenes about how this whole thing comes together. You know, but life is still going on at the same time. I mean, last night I was supposed to go to, I guess you would call her it's my son's girlfriend's little sister. We was going to go to her birthday party. I had to miss it. My damn ovens went out. So then, you know, parents, y'all know what it is. When that goes out, you got to take care of the house. And so then that's just another expense, another thing, headache before the show. But nothing stops this show from coming on, because Sunday mornings, I want to be here with you. And I want to be giving you information so that when those kids go back to school on Monday, they take some new information with them through their week to help with their recruiting, to help with their exposure, to help with everything they need to do. And they always know that the Who's Up Next show is here for them. I really didn't want to start with like crazy heavy stuff today, but let's get into some NCAA news. All right, NCAA's made some changes. The judge just heard they tried to come together for the agreement I've been telling everybody about when it comes to the settlement offer that they made about paying back pay to athletes, and then what we're going to do moving forward as far as athlete pay, NIL, all of that. I told you guys they were messing with the NIL money, trying to basically dictate how much your value was. I also told you don't worry about it because there's no way in hell that anybody's going to let that happen. I mean, that's like one of your job, you get a raise, and then next week they tell you that they want to take that raise away. That's going to cause problems and headaches that there's no company on earth that wants to deal with that. Doesn't matter how much money they have, doesn't matter how big they think they are. And the NCAA found that out by going in front of the judge on Thursday. They suffered a setback in trying to change any of the rules. District Judge Claudia Wilkins, essentially what happened was she told the NCAA, hey, I don't know about you, but people don't like having things taken away from them. She was like, you already approved NIL money. How do you take it away now? Of course, the NCAA, I mean, let's keep it a buck. Being the scoundrels that they are, I respect them on their side of business. I can't, I'm not going to doubt that. From a business standpoint, I respect them 1,000%. From looking out for those that they're supposed to be looking out for, they suck 1,000%. Having been an NCAA athlete, I can tell you now that it's just what they do. But they were trying to have a third party dictate the value of you when it came to NIL money. So you couldn't just go out and make deals with NIL companies yourself. You would go, some third party would tell you what your value was, and that's all the money you can make. And the judge was like, nah, we're not doing that. She said that she made him go back to the drawing board, gave him 3 weeks, said she'll kibosh the entire deal if they can't come up with something better because she's on the side of the athletes, and she doesn't believe that the NCAA should be messing with NIL money at all, and neither does the big fella. I want y'all to go out there and get that money, do what you got to do so that you don't have to worry about whether you make it to the league or not. You can do what you have to do and start a business, start a family, have life start in a good manner to repay you for all your years of service. I get that that's a statement that's normally made for soldiers, but that's what all of you athletes are, because you have been sacrificing damn near since the day you took your first breath to train, go to school, and perform in order to be there. So you deserve every damn dollar that you're worth. And I feel that completely. There is no question. Let's see. What up, E-Money Jules? Shout out, man. Yeah. Hey, she's amazing. She definitely gave the NCAA the business. She definitely told them she ain't tolerating no nonsense. And I really appreciate there being a judge like that out there. The NCAA has to go. What they claimed was they wanted to make it a level playing field. They wanted to get rid of companies that have come together and it's basically pay to play. And so what the judge said is, well, you guys are getting ready to pay the athletes in the profit sharing. So isn't that pay to play? And the NCAA, being stupid, their argument was it's not the same thing. And the judge was like, it is exactly the same thing. So you can't say that you're going to pay them to play over here, but they can't get paid to play over here. Like you put in stipulations, but you can't control how much money someone can make. They wanted to get rid of, and let's throw that in there right now, they wanted to get rid of the collectives where, so you can see, and I really want you guys to understand this. 81% of the $1.17 billion spent last year on NIL deals with college athletes came from collectives. So what? That's what they did. A bunch of pros have come together, started collectives. Boosters have come together, started collectives. And so what you saw with the NCAA, their argument was they wanted to get rid of boosters because you're still not allowed by NCAA rules. There's a limit to booster money that you can take. It's very minimal without losing your eligibility. But technically, you heard it here first on the Who's Up Next show. What did I tell you guys? That only matters if it's an amateur situation. So for all of you that don't understand, this is why I always tell kids, the thing that the NCAA did was they verified your amateur status. That's what got you from high school, and that was the hurdle to get you into college. So the NCAA's job for you, because I know a lot of you are like, why do they bother us in high school? They are the people that verify your amateur status. That is your grades, that you could get into the schools, that you have not been paid to play in high school, blah, 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 blah. That was the hustle for years. That's why, like for us, we couldn't even get a damn job. Like we couldn't go get a job at a McDonald's because it can be construed as you got the job in order to pay you, in order to play, and so on and so forth. And you damn sure couldn't get one in college. That's changed. And I told you guys, this thing is now, college is pro. It's just it's a lower level than making it to the level of being a pro in your sport at the highest level. But college is pro now. And when you can say that there was $1.17 billion paid out last year, I'm sorry, that's pro. That's pro on every level. NCAA should also be limited as well. Absolutely. And that's what this judge has done. She's basically put them in their place and said, hey, you don't have a right to tell people what they're worth. And no third party does either. I should be able to sell my information for what it is. You should be able to sell yours for what it is. And that's it. Whatever someone's willing to pay for it, that's what you do. Because otherwise, does that go with it? With, the way I look at it is that going to work the same way when it comes to jersey sales? So if you tell me that I'm less valuable and I could get less money over here personally, does that mean you're going to value my jersey less? We know that's not going to happen. The school's going to sell your jersey at the same price that they sell everybody else's jersey. That's what's going to happen. No, the bigger part of this isn't going to take a pay cut. And this is why I've told you guys again, I'm always going to pump Complete College Prospect, but there are other good quality companies out there. Excuse me. But but you need someone that's going to help you through the process, because the schools have someone that's going to help them through the process. That's just the facts. That's what that is. You need someone that can help you on your side with no interest for the school. If you try to do it by yourself, you're going to find yourself up against, man, I'm sorry. You know what? Let's get into a video. I'm going to clear this up because there's no reason for you to listen to this, and then we'll get back. Let's go with, we're going to jump into this athlete highlight. We will start with Connor, basketball player out of Australia. Let's go.
I should leave you alone, but there's still something that I needed to know, 'cause I don't believe that you need me at all. So would you leave me to bleed on my own? 'Cause you left me to freeze, I'm so cold. And babe, I'm begging on my knees, you won't go. And you had led me to believe there's no hope. And if you're never coming back, we both know that I can't do this alone. 'Cause I can't do this alone. And slowly I am losing control. Just my tears when they fall. Be the angel that carries me. I can't do this alone. Without you, now there's nowhere left to hide. But I feel like I was left to die. You didn't love me, so you stepped aside. If I had a heart, I'd give what's left of mine. 'Cause I can't breathe, I'm choking. I can't be alone without you in my life. I just hope that things work out this time.
Hey, welcome back to the show. Man, I apologize for that. You know what I'm saying? First time that's ever happened. Connor's an amazing basketball player. Like I said, he's out of Australia. Hey, what up, Mondo? He's out of Australia. He's a great basketball player. Definitely want to get my assessment before I get back into the other information with the NCAA. Connor's shot solid. Connor's reached out to Complete College Prospect, which is how he got on the show. So he knows that the evaluation is going to come right now. I like his shot selection. I like that he's aggressive to the hole. I like that he has no problem putting the ball on the court and creating space and opportunities. I would like to see a little bit more speed on his release because, look, the truth of the matter is, yes, some sports are becoming global, basketball, football, things like that. But the problem that we have is that I feel like that slow release is going to get knocked out the gym when he comes out to play college in the U.S. Because Connor graduates next year. And so all the pieces are there. I think he's excellent. You know what I'm saying? He definitely get 2 gorillas, you know what I'm saying, when it comes to on a scale of 1 to 5. I think his potential for growth, he definitely, I think over this season coming up and next season before he graduates, I'm sure that we're going to see that he probably a 4 gorilla type of dude. I just want to see a little bit more speed on the release. Defense is solid. Everything else is solid. Size for a shooting guard. I mean, you can make anything work. Realistically in today's world, we got 7-footers, dribbling down the court and pulling up. So he'll be all right. But I just want to see a little bit more in that. But Connor's amazing. And I love his drive and dedication to cross the globe in order to find complete college prospects, in order to get the exposure and everything that he needed. And so I'm happy to be able to put Connor on the show for sure. And you can be on there too, man. If I haven't shown you a video on this show, reach out to Complete College Prospect on X. If you trying to get on, everything goes through that. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, you can always email the show at the who's up next show @gmail.com. But the fastest way, easiest way, Complete College Prospect, hands down. And that's what we do, you know? All right, let's get back to this NCAA stuff now that I could talk. Please, if you don't take anything else from the time that you watched this show from a year and a half ago to now, look, you wouldn't go to court without an attorney. There's a saying that if you're in court and you're your own client, like you're representing yourself in court, then you have a fool for a client. And that's because you don't have as much information as they do. The NCAA is covering themselves. That's why they gave a little and then went to court and tried to manipulate the system. The schools have people that represent them. The NIL companies have people that represent them. If you do not have someone in your corner, you are at a disadvantage. A lot of parents are going to say that a lot of these parents are going to, look, man, let's just be real. Greed is a thing, right? So a lot of parents are going to say, well, we can just figure this out ourselves and keep more money in our pocket. More power to you. But you're going to leave money on the table. You're going to make mistakes. The deal's not going to be as good. A lot of people, I'm a Jordan dude. That's hands down. I give LeBron a lot of credit for the empire that he has built, the type of player that he is. But the $100 million deal with Nike when he first came into the league was a lifetime deal. That meant that if he died, they could put a Nike jumpsuit on him in his casket, and that his wife don't have an option, right? I think he's a $1 billion player. They gave you $100 million. That wasn't a good deal. You know what Jordan's going to be wearing when if he want to be on anything else, he's going to be in the thing that says his name on it, which is Michael Jordan. They'll never let that happen again. Jordan is a brand. You know Jordan before you know Nike. There's more Jordan logos on uniforms in high schools, colleges, the NBA, you know what I'm saying, boxing rings, than there is any other logo. So there's a difference between making a very, very good deal and being taken advantage of. LeBron is supposed to be a brand. I'll wait while one of you guys go out there and find a LeBron shoe that says nothing other than Bron. You're not going to find it. That's because it wasn't a great deal. He's a $1 billion player, but they got him for $100 million deal, and he wasn't able to become his own brand, his own company. So again, please look out for yourselves, get help. The Who's Up Next show is complete college prospect for us all day, but there are some other companies out there that can help on that NIL side as well. You're going to pay. That's one of the reasons I always pump complete college prospect, because the cost is minimal. So, and they follow you through youth all the way through college, to help you out. So the rest of that's up to you, but cool. All right. Let's get into, we do have some things to talk about that are going to be a little more somber, but these videos are going to be done because, like I said, we got some really good athletes on. We got a young athlete on today too, Jalen Worth. I think he's like 8th grade, 7th grade. Amazing athlete though. So I'm loving it. Let's see something. Never see Nike at a motorcycle race, but you see Jordan on motorcycle teams. Absolutely. You don't see Nike at NASCAR, but Jordan has a race team. He doesn't co-sign with Nike. He has his own team. Bubba Wallace is racing for him. So that's what I'm saying. Like, this thing is like, you've got to be smart about how you do this. It's all business. This thing is business. Again, if you're going your way to college and you think that you're just going to go play a sport, you are behind. This is a business. You must make business decisions. And again, I'm going to say it 1,000 times. On this show, you're going to hear it 1,000 times. Complete college prospect. There's kids that have gotten with complete college prospect 2 weeks ago, now have offers and great exposure, and they're on their way to making pretty good decisions with their NIL deals. So it's like, it's different. They're, But again, I'm not going to pump another company, but I told you guys I will next week for sure. I will. There's a young lady who has NIL company as far as helping people with the process, families, and everything else. She does hold boot camps, so you can do them virtually, in person, things like that. The big fella will be soon holding virtual boot camps as well as in-person boot camps to help parents and kids through the recruiting process. As you know, with my book and everything on the NIL side, I'm gonna leave that over at Complete College Prospect, but with all the recruiting and everything and walk you through the steps of youth, high school, and the recruiting process, I'll be hopefully in a state near you soon, or your school or your team, speaking about the book and holding these boot camps as well. But I will get her information up next week for sure. Let's go. Let's hit a commercial, then we're going to come back and jump right into it.
I can't breathe. 999. Waiting for the exhale. I toss my pain with my wishes in a wishing well. I can't breathe, I'm waiting for the exhale. Toss my pain with my wishes in a wishing well. Still no luck, but oh well. I still try even though I know I'm gon' fail. Stress on my shoulders like an anvil. Perky got me itching like an anthill. Drugs killing me softly, Lord hell. Sometimes I don't know how to feel.
Welcome back to the show. Like I told y'all before, my little mama, I didn't get to go to your birthday party yesterday. Vivi, we got your gifts. Coach gonna get at you. Nonsense happened, but I got you covered. The family got you covered. We're gonna see you soon. Make sure you get. Got a great. She's a little girl. You know what I'm saying? So y'all gonna have to give the big fella a break for this soft moment, this sensitive moment. She's young. She's amazing and hella funny. So yeah, Viv, we got you. Let's go. So I want to get into Julia's video. Julia's a goalkeeper. You guys are going to see that her reflexes are amazing. And she's not afraid to let that body get beat up. She's definitely there to stop goals. She puts herself, I've seen some goalkeeper footage where sometimes when they're being ran at and attacked for the goal, they're not always willing to necessarily come at the striker and try to like stop the play where they're afraid they might get kicked in the face or something like that. But that's not her. This young lady she's willing to put it all on the line. If she got to lose some teeth, if she got to take some bruises, she's not afraid to go up, go down, go lateral. She's going to go get that ball. I really love everything I saw. Here we go. Hey, what did I tell you guys, right? She is an amazing goalkeeper. She goes to IMG. You can see why she goes to IMG. You can see why she was given that. A lot of people will say that going to a private school, if you pay, you're going to get there. The difference is, yeah, you could pay. IMG is different. They don't just accept every athlete. Your money isn't what matters. It's about your money and your talent, and if you have both, IMG's Academy is definitely going to be one of those places. But that young woman is outstanding. And as I went through, doing all of the background on her to see if she was worthy of being on this show, I found that she's an even better person. For those blessed enough to have the finances to go to a place like IMG, you normally find out that the kids are, let's just keep it the truth, right? The kids are spoiled. Some of them are assholes. It is what it is, right? Man, we can find that at every school, but normally it's in abundance at some of these private schools, and IMG is like 80 grand a year. So then that normally makes for super assholes, right? But that's not who this young lady was. She, when you saw how she was as a teammate, and you don't have to go far to look it up. You can just go to her social media, and you'll see everything that I'm saying is true. This young woman is really, she's a class act all the way. And then, like I said, she wasn't afraid to get dirty to do the job. And I love that. I really, really love that. And that's why she was on the show today. Let's see. Vivi said, thank you. Absolutely. Absolutely. There you go. Another happy birthday, Viv. What is the salsa company? Okay, so you guys see Salsa Squad. When you see things going across the screen back here, right there, Salsa Squad Foundation, they're out of Las Vegas, Nevada. They do a lot of work with linemen. I can tell you now, there's a Washington Reds, but the Redskin player that's on there. There's also it's got 10 collegiate linemen that are on there. They travel, they take these guys out to big man competition. They really, really strive to refine what it means to be an offensive and defensive lineman with football. And the reason that they are a part of Complete College Prospect, the umbrella, the family, is because they do it for absolutely nothing. I'm going to say that again. They do it for free. They rely on partnerships like what they have with Complete College Prospects. I know that they have partnerships with some boxing gyms, which gets those guys in there to work on hand-eye coordination. They have partnerships with schools. They have partnerships with other competitions around the country that allows them to provide this class A-level teaching to these young men and women for nothing. It is absolutely free. So that's what Salsa Squad Foundation is. I'm a huge supporter of them, not just because we're all under the same umbrella, but because what they do. The linemen get overlooked. The goalies get overlooked. The centers get overlooked. See what I'm saying? There's a certain, the catcher gets overlooked. Everything goes to the pitcher, right? Let's say, if we're being honest, first base is suspect. Shortstop, second base, and third base definitely getting all the love, plus the pitcher, right? This is what happens. And so I love people that are trying to show love to those positions that don't normally get a lot of love. And that's why here on the show, in the highlight series, I'm putting up everybody. I don't care if you're a lineman. I don't care what you do. That's why I show volleyball. I show swimming. If you are on the dance team and your video is great, I will put it on this show, because those are everyone deserves to be seen if they're good at what they do and they're trying, right? And so for me, that's why I love Salsa Squad. And I'm sure that's why they're under the Complete College Prospect umbrella. And it's just another one of those things. Look, so here's let me give y'all some insight into Complete College Prospect, right? This is why so I'm not bashing any brands but here's what it is. So when you look at a company like 24/7 Sports, probably the number one rating company in the world, right? They're owned by CBS. They really only pay attention to the two big ones, basketball, football. And really, it's only men. You know what I'm saying? That's not a knock on them. They found their niche. That's what they do. You go to a company like Rivals. That's mainly football. There are some that are mainly baseball, mainly softball, mainly soccer, right? Mainly volleyball. The thing that I think makes Complete College Prospect unique is because they're essentially putting together the Avengers, right? They're bringing all these companies together under one house, under one umbrella. They all do their own thing. They're all owned individually, right? They all do whatever. The Who's Up Next show, that's me, the big fella. You got 180 Elite Marketing. You got Salsa Squad. You got Northeast Oklahoma Sports. You got NIL Wire. You got all these different things that are all under this umbrella to make things great for athletes, right? So they're bringing it, like I said, they're bringing together essentially the Avengers in order to help athletes get where they're trying to go. Yeah, dude, everything in this world can't be free. I'm sorry. Some things are going to cost you, but I promise you can't find a price that's better than Complete College Prospect outside of free. But then if you get free, you don't get as much as you get at Complete College Prospect. But I promise you can't find another company that price even comes close. And if I'm being real and keeping a buck, look, watch. I was supposed to put this up a long time ago. Complete College Prospect. They'll go 50% off their lifetime right there if you just scan the QR code. I just keep forgetting to put it up. That's what I'm saying. They're already, for what you get, rock bottom prices. But then they also put out a thing where you can get 50% off, you know what I'm saying, of it, because that they're just like Salsa Squad. Complete College Prospect is not, everything's about money, but it's not about money making it unreasonable where no one can get where they're trying to go. There are some companies out there that are charging thousands a year. You know what I'm saying? But with Complete College Prospect, you're going to get the marketing. You're going to get the Trapaya magazine. You're going to get the Who's Up Next show. You're going to get, the information from NIL Wire. You're going to get all these free things. And like, there's there's just so much, right? So there you go, man. But that's who Salsa Squad is. That's why they're under the Complete College Prospect umbrella. And yeah, man, it's just what we do. All right. So again, we got more stuff to talk about. That's all that. This one's more on a somber note. It sucks, but we have to discuss it. There was another athlete that passed away this weekend, so I'm always trying to make sure that I do that. And if you graduate or you receive an award, I'll put that on the show too. If you just give me the information, that's going to come up. I'm going to put it up. You don't even got to don't have to be anything for me to put that up, because I want to celebrate everybody when something tragic happens and when something great happens. I don't care if your parents had a brand new baby, you got a brand new baby sister or brother, hit me up, the big fella, we're going to throw that thing on here. I want to celebrate that too. Somebody gets married, whatever, right? But there was a passing in Florida. Again, listen, it's a tragic story. I think this is like the 6th or 7th athlete this year. So 4 of them were from heart issues. 2 were from being hit. Let me say this, right? You've heard me say it before. Look, I'm not going to sit here and tell you that no one should play football or baseball or soccer or whatever. You can hockey, you can die in these sports. And most of these kids don't know that they have a heart condition or that something tragic is going to happen. I myself was blessed. One of my brothers was blessed, to live long enough to become professional athletes and to retire. But we have a younger brother that my mom had. He just turned 21. And his career ended his sophomore year in high school. He took it as a running back. He took a hit, and it broke a bone in his neck. And the doctors basically said, we can't repair it. And if you ever take another hit, you'll probably be paralyzed. This thing, sports is something that we get the privilege to do. And we wouldn't change it for the world. If we could speak to that young man, I promise you, he wouldn't say he regretted it. Does he regret leaving his family? Does he regret not seeing today, not seeing tomorrow? Of course, those would be regrets for sure. But if you ask him, did he die doing what he loved? He'll tell you, yeah. So I'm never going to tell you that we should take away certain sports or you shouldn't, whatever. Like, it's all nonsense. We should be able to do whatever we love doing, and we should be able to die if we love doing it. And I understand that it's kids, right? But at the same time, kids, hell, just on Thursday, some kids died in the school in Georgia because of school shootings, but we ain't going to stop that. We ain't trying to remove, and there's no politics on this show ever, but we ain't trying to remove guns. So why are we trying to stop people from playing sports? These kids have to be able to go out and do something, because there's another story we're going to talk about that leads into what happens when that doesn't happen. Sports are what people choose to do, and it puts smiles on faces. Does it come with pain? Absolutely. Does it come with physical pain? Absolutely. Does it come with mental pain? Absolutely. Does it come with immense sadness for some people? Yes. Does it come with immense joy for some people? Yes. Yes, everywhere. Yes, on all fronts, no matter what the sport is, right? Some people are going to die, but they die doing what they love. And this is another reason why I'm so happy about that judge telling the NCAA, you will not take away these kids' money. It's that simple. It's that simple. Y'all know how I feel about the NIL deals in high school and any high school athletic association who is trying to attempt to tell the high school players they can't make money when California, Florida, Louisiana, and everybody else is allowing NIL deals in high school. You know what I'm saying? Max money, right? I feel like you should be able to, if his family had max money, Florida just approved it, so he might not have gotten a deal yet. It was only been like 3 weeks since Florida approved NIL money. So this kid might not have had a chance to get money. But if that NIL money had been allowed a while back, his family, he still would have died. His family might have been all right. It wouldn't have been perfect, but they'd have been all right for a little while. So I'm all about NIL money. I'm all about it. I don't want to hear about pay to play. Vegas sucks, and they're going to change. You know how I know they're going to change? Because the NCAA started following Complete College Prospect online. That's how I know the Nevada Interscholastic Athletic Association is paying attention. And I know the Complete College Prospect is going to stay in the mix with the Senate, with the NCAA, with the House, in order to help change some of these rules as the voice for these young men and women to help them get paid. And that's because why not? The news has sponsorship. Every local news station has sponsorship when the commercials play and everything else. They all get money from somewhere, things that they represent, right? They get to even put up your high school footage and talk about you in the sports section. That's your name, image, and likeness. They don't have to pay you, but you should be able to get paid from someone else because they saw you on the news and want to pay you to represent their brand. I'm with it. I don't care. I think that because again, some of you are going to make it all the way to the pros. When you get there, welcome. Some of you are going to make it to college. When you get there, welcome. Some of you are not. Some of you are going to get to high school. Some of you are going to get to Little League. And we don't know what's going to go wrong. But you know what? You should have the right to earn whatever money you can at whatever level it is. Because we're lying if we say that there's not gambling in sports. We're lying if we say that there's not pay to play in sports. Man, get out of here with all that. Like, we just want to keep it underneath, right? But the reason that they tried to legalize marijuana is because they wanted to stop crime associated with drugs in certain instances. Some drugs are terrible. But with marijuana, they were like, hey, we can do this other way, stop some of this frivolous crime. It's the same thing with this. If you stop trying to regulate the money, then you can stop some of the undercover money. That's how drug dealer money gets involved. That's how crime money as a whole gets involved. Like, let's just put a hold to that. Let's stop that. All right. That young man, my condolences to your family. But again, he was doing what he loved. So to his mother, I'm sorry for your loss. But he left you with memories once you could get past the pain. Because now, we live in a time where there's footage where you can go back and look and see him smiling while he was doing the thing that he loved. That's what I would tell you. All right, let's get into this next athlete highlight. Hold on. Put them on blast. Put them companies on blast, JR. See, the reason that I don't want to put companies on blast is because they already get put on blast. All you got to do is Google. You'll see the complaints, whether they did something, didn't do anything, whatever. It's up to you, Every company has still helped somebody. So every company isn't a fit for everybody, right? They still help somebody because those same companies that have complaints, I've also seen success stories. So no, I won't put them on blast. I just tell you that some are cut different. They're cut from a different cloth. It's just different. But again, you need somebody. I don't care who it is. You need somebody. If you're out here trying to do it by yourself, I promise you're going to take an L. It just is what it is. And then you'll be like, hey, I wish I had listened, and you just didn't. So let's get into this book commercial. We're going to come back, and we got Jalen Worth. Hey, welcome back to the show. Again, we're just going to, I'm going to get the usual spiel, but Following the Right Path. It's a book written by the big fella. Walks you through everything from the very first day of playing sports as a youth athlete all the way to the collegiate level, and everything in between, NIL, brand development, social media, everything. So pick it up, Barnes & Noble, Amazon Books. It's in ebook, it's in paperback, and hopefully here in the next 2 weeks, we'll start having some dates of when the big fella will be somewhere either near you or doing it virtually with boot camps. Everybody that signs up for the boot camp, you get a free book, and you get time with the big fella. You know what I'm saying? So we can make sure you're on the right path and with the right decisions, and not falling into any of those booby traps on your way to getting your kids where they're trying to go. Cool. That's it for that. All right, man. So let's go. Athlete highlight. We got Jalen Worth.
I spit it through the wire, man. There's too much stuff on my heart right now, man. I gladly risk it all right now. It's a life or death situation, man. Y'all don't really understand how I feel right now, man. It's your boy Kanye Titter. Shot-town, what's going on? Yeah, I drink a boost for breakfast, an insure for dessert. Somebody order pancakes, I just sip the scissor. That right there could drive a sane man berserk. Not to worry, Mr. Ace to the Izzles back to Wizard. How do you console my mom or give her light support? Telling her son's on life support. And just imagine how my girl feel on the plane, scared as hell that a guy looked like Emmett Till. She was with me before the deal, she been trying to be mine. She a Delta, so she been throwing that dynasty sign. No use me trying to be lying, I've been trying to be signed, trying to be a millionaire. How I used 2 lifelines in the same hospital where Biggie Smalls died. The doctor said I had blood clots, but I ain't Jamaican, man. Story on MTV, and I ain't trying to make a band. I swear this right here, history in the making.
Hey, Jalen Worth. One, that's the first soccer player for being so young. That's the young kid I was telling you guys about, right? For being so young, his footwork is crazy, right? Like, as many soccer players as you see me put on this show, because I've got this crazy newfound respect for soccer. Like, not that I didn't respect it. I knew how hard it was, but, doing this show, I've had a chance to speak with soccer players and really like get the nuances of everything, right? He's the first one I've seen go aerial with his footwork, placing the ball, putting it up in the air to pass it back to yourself, and then still getting down the field to, try to attempt to score. He's way beyond his years. He's definitely on the junior level. He's a 5 gorilla kid for sure. You know what I'm saying? I have zero, and I mean, if he can stay injury-free, and life doesn't get in the way, like, that kid is amazing. And then let me say this about you soccer players. You saw what Jalen did, right? He plays soccer. That's his sport. But then he went and became a kicker for football. I do not understand why more soccer players don't do this. Your leg strength is crazy. Like, it's absolutely crazy. You could go do the easiest, well, it's not the easiest job in football, but it falls right into your line of work, into the thing that you guys are really good at. And I love that this young man is like, yo, I'm going to take my talents all over. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want to be like, he's that guy. And then here's the other, so let me say this, right? This week, the names that came over from Complete College Prospect did a thing where they put out a feeler and said, hey, if you'd like to get on the show, put out your video, let us see it, contact us. Jalen Worth did that. That's why he's on the show. He did that. So he invested in himself. He took the opportunity. There's 2. We got another kid, Gabe Goff. His father saw it, put him up. His father saw it, was like, yo, here's his video, put him up on the show, bam, right? They were the only two out of the thousands of people that follow Complete College Prospect. They were the only two that looked at it, said, hell yeah, I'm going to get on the show, and then sent in their video, and it backed up what they were saying, right? He's on their way. He's on the way, right? Jalen's on his way. He's confident in himself. He's doing multiple jobs. He's willing to build his brand. He's willing to make sure he gets exposure. I can't say anything about this young man. Is 100% about his business. Like I said, at the junior level, he a 5 gorilla for sure. And I can't wait to see what he is when he gets to high school. And it's just that I love it. I love every bit of it. That's facts. I forgot to give Julia as a goalkeeper is definitely, I say, for at the women level for high school, she's a 4 gorilla for sure. That's facts. That's straight from the big fella. Y'all saw her work. Y'all saw her ability. She's banging it out on the prep tour. I don't know if most of you know, but when you play at a place like IMG, they don't play for high school state titles. They play for national championships. And Julia definitely a 4 gorilla. Like, she's doing her thing. So let's go. Let's get back into this too. So coming into what I was talking about when we were talking about the death of the young man in Florida, that leads me into this next subject. It has to be discussed again. You know what? I'm going to just run it back just so people understand. True.
You snotty little bastard. I'll answer the question. You want answers?
I think I'm entitled.
You want answers?
I want the truth!
You can't handle the truth. Son, we live in a world that has walls, and those walls have to be guarded. Who's gonna do it? You? I have a greater responsibility than you can possibly fathom.
There it is. So this one's gonna be a tough subject, right? But it has to be discussed. I've been around sports my entire life. I've suffered in whether it's high school, college, as a pro. You're under so much scrutiny. You're under so many people judging. Like, I always tell my kid, I never wanted my kid to be a professional athlete. I never wanted my kid to be an athlete. I just wanted my kid to be normal, because I knew what he didn't know. And that's that the same people that cheer for you and love you and ask you for an autograph today will spit in your face and boo you in 5 minutes. In 5 minutes, when you're not performing the way they want you to perform. That's how it. And then if you turn it around, 5 minutes later, they'll be back to cheering for you and saying you're the greatest thing on the planet Earth. And those ups and downs all day, every day. I know how hard it was for us before we had cell phones. We had pagers. You can't say nothing in a pager. You know what I'm saying? But y'all, in the day with social media and cell phones, that's 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. You can't get away from it, right? And so because of that, we are dealing with this situation here. All right. So suicide among college athletes has increased. It's increased among high school athletes as well. They're showing that between having a spotlight on you and not being able to share the way you feel, if you're hurt, if you're going through something, the stigma of being weak or not being able to gut it out, or just what all the stupidness, right? We got to talk about it. We can't keep losing young people to dumb. We can easily say that those words don't mean anything, but they do. They might not mean anything on the first one. They might not mean anything on the second one, but on the 10th, the 100th, the 1,000th time, you don't know which one of those breaks the athlete. You don't know which one of those is just the one too much, where they just can't take it anymore. And then they feel hopeless. And then they come home and they try to talk to us as parents, or they try to talk to friends. And if you're not an athlete, you just don't understand. And you're saying, hey, just turn off your phone, just turn off social media, just, disconnect, and that'll make everything all right. But it doesn't. because we live in a society where you have to be connected. It's impossible to be disconnected. Not if you want to be something. If you disconnect, how do coaches talk to you? That's what I'm trying to do. So we give the wrong answer, or we make it seem like it's so easy, but we don't understand that. I understand it, but the average person doesn't understand it. The average parent doesn't understand it, and that's not a knock for any parent. If you've never done it, you don't know. For a friend, if you've never been that, you don't know. But we have to find a way to make sure that these young athletes understand that they're not alone, that it's okay, and that what people say, it hurts, but that it doesn't have to be the end of them, because most of those people don't know them. That's the problem with social media and phones, is all these couch warriors, all these people. Like I said, like I'm not sugarcoating nothing on this show. So to all the fat asses that are sitting out there on their couch, or have never done anything, and then they have the nerve to be online saying something about an athlete, that's stupid. I don't care if the athlete is good, bad, indifferent. I didn't like the kid that was playing with my son in the same position. And he wasn't great, you know what I'm saying? But I felt I had a right to say something to the kid, because I also went down and spoke with the kid and said, hey, this is the stuff you got to work on. This is the stuff I don't care you're in competition with my kid. This is the stuff you got to work on to get better. This is that. And he was like, thanks, coach. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's it. Like, that's like, but I'll still tell you, if you don't go do it once you've been told, I'm gonna be like, bro, you suck. Like, you gotta get better at this. You don't suck because you don't have talent. You suck because you ain't trying to change. That's different, right? But I have the right to say that. I've earned the right to judge, because I've done this thing. You know what I'm saying? So, but I wouldn't be an asshole about it. But we're talking about the people that have never done anything. You didn't pick up a ball. You didn't pick up a bat. You didn't pick up a hockey stick. You didn't even run. Like, you didn't even put on a damn pair of jogging shoes and go run track or cross country or freaking get into a pool or do anything. And yet you will say something to young kids. You will say something about the way that they perform their sport, the way they do their job. And I will say, how dare you say that or do that? Sometimes it's jealousy, just because you want to date a guy or a girl and you don't like the fact that they are whatever. So then you go online and you bash them. And then we as parents and as friends have to get back with these people and fix them and help them understand that those people don't matter. But at the end of the day, that would be the wrong statement, because at the end of the day, those people do matter. Because I'm sorry, more people buy tickets to see you lose than they do to see you win. If you see a fight, more people in there are there because they want to see their guy beat the other guy because they don't like them. Not so much about seeing their guy win. If you go to the NBA Finals, a lot of times it's about seeing someone else lose. If you're a Celtics fan, I know one too. She knows exactly who I'm talking about. If you're a Celtics fan, more times than not, you're not watching to see your team win. You assume they're going to win. You're watching to see the team they're playing lose. So those people matter. And because they matter, their voices get heard. And the problem is, we've got to find a way to support these young athletes and nurture them to the place where they can be strong enough to take it. I love Caitlin Clark. I was concerned at first, but what I love about her has nothing to do with basketball. What I love about her is the fact that her and her father speak all the time. I love that her support system is there. That's how she survived the first half of the WNBA season. That's how she survived high school. And that's how she survived college, because she's been being bashed 24 hours a day, 7 days a week for the last 8.5 years. And yet the support system is there. You don't see her throwing a fit. You don't see her. I'm not saying she needs work as a teammate, because she can be mean, but she's stable. She's handling it. She's okay. She's not fighting. She's not when she gets in front of a camera, she doesn't bash her team. She doesn't bash her coach. She doesn't even bash the players that are being brutal to her. She says, thank you for everybody that came before me. Thank you for the opportunity to do what I do. That's who she is. That's who she is. But that's the support system that gave her the legs and the strength to know that when she's weak, she has people to lean on. And so suicide wasn't an issue. We got to do better. We got to do better because we're not going to stop social media. We're not going to stop the couch surfers. We're not going to stop. We're not going to stop the trolls. We're not going to stop any of that. That's not going anywhere. There's too much money in it. That's not going anywhere. So we got to build out better support systems. That's a fact. All right. Bam, bam, bam. Athlete spotlight. Let's go with this athlete highlight. This next athlete that we're going to be talking about and showing this video is Gavin. Another great athlete. I'll let you guys see his film. Y'all tell me what you think, and then I'll get into what I think.
Angel on the track.
Who I think they mad, pissed off just a tad. I'm living how I wanna live, just tell them kiss my ass. Yeah, they look a little sad. Now I ain't tryna brag, but I'ma run it up like a drunk man's tab with a smirk up on my face. Sunshine in my pocket, got the boots without the lace. Snakeskin's what I'm rocking, got that Glock up on my waist. Oh, you better watch it, man. I'm bouncing like a rooster, yeah. I feel a little cocky. You might think that I'm a freak, cause I feel a little cocky. See me walking with a limp, cause I feel a little cocky. I might talk a lot of shit, put my hands up like I'm Rocky. I'm bouncing like a rooster, yeah. I feel a little cocky. First one in, last one out. Hustle real hard, but there's no doubt. When you talk about me, better watch your mouth. And I came up from the bottom, yeah, I'm talking about the south. Don't test me, don't do it. Got one cocked and I shoot it. I'm flexing, I prove it. Got mud all of my jewelry. Smirk up on my face. Sunshine in my pocket. Got the boots without the lace. Snakeskin's what I'm rocking. Got that Glock up on my waist. Oh, you better watch it, man. I'm bouncing like a rooster. Yeah, I feel it.
Hey, welcome back. Yo, you heard it here first, right? I'm telling you this right now about this kid. His speed is ridiculous. Hands, fantastic. But that speed, I don't know if y'all, like, I want to run it back. So that, like, just in case you missed him running a guy, leaving the other side of the field, running a guy down who was definitely going to score and running his ass down 30 yards and being on him. You know what I'm saying? Like, the kid's speed is phenomenal. So only because he is a freshman, that's the only reason he's getting 3 gorillas, right? He gets 3 gorillas just because of that. Because if I'm being a buck, you will see Gavin on Saturdays. And if he can stay healthy and everything else, I'm pretty damn sure you're going to see Gavin on Sundays. You know what I'm saying? Like it's all for him right now. It's just about, oh, no, absolutely. You know what's funny? That's how you know someone's fast is when you can say that everybody else looked like they were on slow-mo. You're going to see that kid on Sundays. If he could just maintain grades, if he could just maintain, and he grows and everything is right, he's solid in the weight room, he continues to work, because sometimes what happens with talent, you're so damn talented that you don't work hard. That's a recipe for disaster, I promise you. But if he is doing his thing, you are going to see my guy on Saturdays, Sundays in the future. It's not a question. That kid is money in the bank. He gets a 3 gorilla from your boy, the big fella. And I'm just telling you, it's like that's crazy. Like, it is absolutely crazy. Let me get into this next commercial and then we'll be back. Bam.
What we're living in, let me tell ya. And it's a world that man can eat at all. When things are big, that should be small. Who can tell what magic spells we'll be doing for us? And I'm giving all my love to this world, only to be told I can't see, I can't breathe, no, my will be. And searching for the way. See, wow, it's a crazy world we're living in, and I just can't see that half of us immersed in sin.
Welcome back to the show again. You know what I'm saying? Man, Gavin, God damn. Okay. It was always gonna put this up. Green Valley Youth Program. They're looking for players. They're building out a program here in the Valley and in Henderson. If you're not from Las Vegas, it's a suburb of the main metropolitan area. They're building up their youth program over there. It's a direct feeder into Green Valley High School. There's also the Skyhawks that feed into Silverado High School. There is Vegas Strong, which feeds into Bishop Gorman. Those are pretty much the teams that actually feed into our program. A lot of the other ones are spread out. There are programs that I just won't say their name because I am not a fan of the way the program is run. But the Lights is another youth program here. Had a chance to see them this weekend. Young coach for the 9U. Definitely got some work to do, but I think he's going to be all right. And then what I love seeing is all the older coaches that had the 10Us, 12Us, 14Us. They showed up and they all jumped on the field to help the coach. So that's a family over there. So the Lights here in Vegas, that'd be another program that I think will work for anybody that's out there looking. There were some good games this week. We still have another athlete coming up. He's a Vegas native. His father was a coach. I don't know if he's still coaching at Vegas Strong. The kid goes to DP here in Vegas. His dad played, I want to say he played at Utah. I know he went D1 and he played as well. But it's a family legacy over there with the Goff family. So I got Gabe Goff coming up here shortly, making sure we are taking care of any business. Oh, let me throw this up. I did get a message, so I want to throw it back up. That's the 50% off QR code for Complete College Prospect on their lifetime plans. Any one of their lifetime plans over there, I highly recommend it. Again, it has nothing to do with us being under the same umbrella. I just believe in what it is that's going on and what they do and the value of it. So I think that what was said is that for every plan that they do, like that Max plan has a value of like $500,000 between magazines, being on shows, different things like that. That's the value of what you're getting from an educational standpoint and exposure from Complete College Prospect. So there you go, 50% off. I do not want to miss anything. Oh, there are some great games this week. Green Valley beat Basic for the Henderson Bowl. Liberty did go out. Liberty's essentially been the number 2 team here in Las Vegas. Most people have learned and know about them as a whole. Basketball, football, track, debate, all kinds of things. Liberty's been a strong runner-up to Bishop Gorman here in a number of fields. They went out and lost in California. They're going through what is probably going to be the exit of longtime coach Rich Morocco. I know he was thinking about retiring by this time this year, next year. So they're in that transition phase. But yeah, they lost, so they're going 0-3. But I doubt that's the way that the season's going to play itself out for them. Bishop Gorman went out and lost to Mater Dei, which I told everybody that was going to happen. So I mean, Mater Dei has had their number for years. So they went out, took an L. Desert Oasis. Look, let me explain what Desert Oasis is. And y'all, look, it's the truth here on the show, right? Desert Oasis would be essentially, they're changing, but in one of the wealthiest neighborhoods here in Vegas, but it's like a federal penitentiary because that's how the athletes act. So normally there's new rules in the Valley about security and everything, and like all these new security apparatuses that you got to go through in order to get into games. And that's all because of shootings at Desert Oasis. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's the craziest thing, right? They've turned the damn program around. Desert Oasis is out there. No fights this year so far. They seem to be handling everything well. They're winning. I think they are 3-0 now. So that's excellent. It's great to see. Vegas the NIAA has implemented, and Clark County Schools has implemented some rules that I'm 50-50 on, but I get it. It's all for safety and security. All the way down to the youth level, we have safety and security things that are now in place here in Vegas to make it, make sports better. Vegas is truly trying to become a sports mecca. It's going to be a very long time before that happens because there's a lot of things that, you got to get out the way. But there's some changes. Let me see who else there. We've had some ups and downs. Our review is what I would call the number 2 team currently in the state behind Bishop Gorman. And I honestly think they might give Bishop Gorman problems. So from a football perspective, baseball tends to lean more towards Green Valley. Flag football, when it starts, will lean heavily in favor of of Henderson teams and Liberty High School. When it comes to soccer and volleyball is a toss-up. When it comes to band, that was a Green Valley High School thing, but that's not going to be that way this year because that's not going to be that way this year. When it comes to the major things like debate and things like that, Bishop Gorman, hands down. It's a pretty diverse pocket out here when it comes to schools. Some of the lower schools are definitely doing their things. Pinecrest High School has gone on a little win streak. They're a lower tier 2A team, but so what? They're winning, and that's great. Around the country, I know that Georgia has seen some really good success with Carrollton down there, with Juju. It's all in all, it's been a very good start to the high school and youth year with sports. And school as a whole. I know we had some, like I said, we had the shooting and we've had some deaths, but on par for where we've been over the last 10 years, this high school year has started out extremely well. Hopefully we can finish this thing out and run the gambit with not a lot of drama and with not a lot of death and with kids, excelling and doing the things they need to do. So I'm excited about it for sure. I'm definitely excited about things here in the Valley. And the potential, we're getting a baseball team. So it's all supposed to be done, but we'll wait and see. You know what I'm saying? But we're supposed to be getting a baseball team. That will definitely be, and then NBA in 2026. That'll definitely make Vegas, that'll finish it. That'll be the finishing move right there that makes Vegas a sports mecca to come to. And it'll definitely change the landscape of high school sports and youth sports in the Valley. And I know you guys are watching NIAA. I appreciate y'all watching. I don't always agree with everything y'all do or the decisions you make or the reasons why you make them, but I'm definitely always open to speaking with you guys. And I know the Complete College Prospect as a family are definitely open to speaking with you. Hell, I'll even have you on the show and let you, say whatever it is you need to say. Maybe we all misunderstand why you guys do some of the things you do or why some of the rules are the way they are. You have an open invitation. Just let me know at the who'supnextshow.com or where you guys are following Complete College Prospect online on X, CC Prospects 23. Let me know. I'll make sure to get you on the show. And this isn't one of those things where it's a gotcha moment. Let's have a conversation. You know what I'm saying? That's what the big fella does. Let's talk about it. And maybe you can let the people here know in Vegas know why you guys make the rules you make. I'm sure everything comes from a place of wanting to make the best decision, but maybe we just need to hear it. So there you go. And that's any high school athletic association in the country. I don't care if you're misunderstood. We stream live on YouTube, live on Twitch, and live on X. but this thing is sent out everywhere, Spotify, everywhere after the show is off. It's streamable, so everyone's hearing it. Like I said, we got athletes from all over the world. So if you're a high school athletic association, you think you're misunderstood, please come on the show. All right, man. Gabe Goff, again, Vegas native, family steeped in athletic history and talent. Grandfather, father, now the son. He's a center and a guard. I think I got that right. Plays at Desert Pines High School, graduates this year. Definitely looking. I think he's going to, like, if we continue the season, it's definitely going to open up. Let's say that he just stays where he is right now. I would say that Utah Tech definitely on deck. Hell, I would even see potential for UNLV. Maybe if he could get to his father's size and playing strength for this year, then definitely upper level D1. If he's mobile, you're going to see him block to the second level. Hell, at one point, you're going to see him block, get off the line and get in front of his ball carrier heading towards the end zone 10 yards, 15 yards down the field. So if he could continue all of that, he's definitely going to be an upper D1A level athlete for sure. But let's check him out, and I'll tell you how many gorillas this kid is.
I woke up on the wrong side of the truck bed this morning with a bone dry bottle of Jack Ice pouring. Damn, she got some nerve where she kicked me to the curb. Guess you could say I got what I deserve, 'cause I woke up on the wrong side of the truck bed this morning. Yeah. She said, don't come home if you go to the bar. I said, okay, baby, then got drunk out in the yard. 2 a.m., I knock up on the door. Well, she never unlocked it, guess I don't live there no more. Yeah, she meant business this time. I can't believe my bloodshot eyes. I woke up on the wrong side of the truck bed this morning with a bone dry bottle of Jack Ice pouring. Then she got some nerve where she kicked me to the curb. Guess you could say I got what I deserve, 'cause I woke up on the wrong side of the truck bed this morning. Yeah. I used that empty bag of corn to rest my head, a camo jacket for a blanket, then passed out like I was dead. Still got one heck of a buzz. If I look like a train wreck, it's because I woke up on the wrong side of the truck bed this morning with a bone dry bottle of Jack Ice.
Welcome back. Like I said, Gabe Goff, right? Desert Pines High School, class of 2025, center and guard. The kid's a monster, man. Like the kid is absolutely talented, absolutely a monster. He's mobile. His kick step is solid when he's got to go into pass protection. His run block is solid. He is definitely going to, like I said, one of those plays, he doesn't stop moving until the whistle is blown. It doesn't even matter. You can see even when he's blocking away from the ball, he's still in protection until someone tells him to stop. If you stop moving, he's laying you down. He doesn't care. And I like that. That's how you play this game. If you don't stop, the violence doesn't stop until the whistle blows, period. And that's the way that this young man plays the game. Gabe Goff, definitely for gorillas. Definitely for gorillas for sure. You know what I'm saying? I love everything that I'm seeing. I love the potential. I love the speed. I love the size. I love the violence. You could tell that he is just hungry to do the job. Most of you might not know, but for a lineman, the average lineman, let's say high school, not even college, right? Let's say high school, the average offensive lineman is going to be running somewhere about 315 pounds. If they're and hopefully about 6'3" and above. For the average D1, possible D1 athlete, 6'3", 315, and they got to move that body. Let's say on average in a game, let's say that they get a chance to run about let's just average out about 30 plays, right? Let's say 30 plays in a game for a full game. It's high school, so it's a little bit slower. Most times it's going to be less than that. But let's say 30 plays on offense. They got to move that body the whole time. And a lot of those guys actually play both ways. And so 315 is a lot. You know what I'm saying? A lot of body to move and continue to take that pounding. And that young man is definitely doing his thing. I love everything that I saw. And I think his potential is really high. It's early in the season. Just got to stay healthy and just keep doing what he's doing. He's in the books, so that's good. Schoolwork's excellent. Like I say, pedigree is excellent. Football IQ is excellent. So, yeah, man, there you go. Gabe Goff, 4 gorillas. 4 gorillas for sure. Again, just to recap some of the stuff we talked about, do me a favor. If you know a young youth athlete, high school athlete, college, hell, you know what? Let's not do that. If you know an athlete, I don't care what level, from youth to the pros, if you know an athlete that you speak to every now and again on a daily, whatever, take the time today to just ask them, are they good? Is there anything they want to talk about? Don't be pushy. Don't just open the door. You know what I'm saying? Just don't assume that they know the door is open, right? Because we all like to say, hey, my door's open whenever they want to talk. That, even if we say it, doesn't mean they always feel like it. If you know an athlete today, just stop in, pick up a phone, do whatever, talk to them, and see if they got anything. Just, hey, anything you want to talk about, just checking on you. If they say nothing, say, hey, okay, that's great. But just know that my door is always open if you want to talk about anything. Doesn't matter what it is. No judgment here. No judgment-free zone, right? Let's chop it up. Those little moments add up, and it gets us some equity in that cup that might run over from all the negative. It might buy us a little space and save a life. So let's do that, man. Do me that favor, man. Do me that favor today, and I'm going to do it. I mean, I'm doing it right now. Look, if you athletes that are watching this show, athletes, parents, anybody watching the show, reach out to the big fella anytime you want. who'supnextshow.com, who'supnextshow@gmail. Matter of fact, I give you here's the company number, 725-500-4648. You ain't got to, you can reach out to the big fella about anything. If you just need somebody to talk to, you feeling like nobody understands you, I'm good. I'm good. We can text, whatever you need to provide a little bit of room in your cup. To buy you some time, buy you some space in order to know that someone's in your corner. Because most of us don't understand there's so many people in our corner. We just allow ourselves to feel like we're alone. So again, do me that favor. Reach out. If it's a teammate, if you're an athlete, reach out to your teammate. Best friend, not best friend. It's even better if you reach out to the teammate that you don't talk to that much. Hey, I really appreciate you being on the team. I just want you to know, hey, if you ever need to talk about anything, hit me up. Doors open. It's an excellent way to buy just a little bit of space in that cup. Save a life. And then if we all do it, hopefully the athlete you do it to will do it to somebody else and somebody else and somebody else. And then hopefully one day we won't have stories about any athletes committing suicide ever. Not from anything that could have been avoided. That's the goal. Hey, man, I tell y'all this all the time. I absolutely love being on this show. I love being the big fella and doing what I do. I love bringing exposure of these athletes to the world. I love making sure the information is out there. And I love the fact that you guys join me every Sunday for the new show. I couldn't and wouldn't want to be anywhere else, and I can't wait to see you guys next week. Thanks.
Wait a minute, get it how you live it. 10 toes in when we standing on business. I'm a big stepper, underground methods. Top-notch hoes, get the most, not the lizard. Straight terror, better than your errors. Pushing culture, baby, got that powder you can measure.